The final minute mark stacks. It'll be all on you when you're ready to start.
Okay, I was just sharing it on Facebook. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, Big
Yes,
50.
sir.
Can you hear him fine, Big 50?
Big
That's what
50, can you
matters.
hear me
I
okay?
I hear good, baby.
Okay, all right, for sure,
Okay.
for sure. All right, we're gonna go ahead. Let's get rocking. People
Yep.
gonna come up in here. You know what I'm saying? Once they recognize this fucking royalty in the fucking building. Ladies and gentlemen, we about to get this. We go ahead and get this fucking shit started, man. Make sure that you hit that motherfucking house at the top. This is the golden ticket, and everybody on the stage is damn sure with it. And we right here, man, in the spot. This is an exclusive interview with the Detroit Queen Pin. All right, the medicine queen herself, Big 50. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I feel fantastic. I'm the promo king, 5 stacks and counting. And we with it, man. Hey, shout out to all the mods, man. Make sure you following all the mods on stage. Follow everybody up here. We get this going. This is some beautiful shit. I feel fantastic. So we gonna go ahead and get into it. You ready, Big 50?
I'm ready.
All right, all right. So now we going I want to start at the beginning because you know what? Because a lot of people know your story, but they don't really know your story.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into the gangster shit,
Um,
first thing I want to do is I want to get into the humble beginnings because you wasn't always Big 50. You know what I'm
no.
saying? So, start at the beginning for me. You know what I'm saying? Just growing up, you grew up in Detroit, correct?
Yes, I grew up in Detroit, east side
Okay.
of Detroit.
East side of Detroit. Now that's
Yes.
it's not easy to live out there. You know what I'm
No, it's not
saying?
easy. It's
So
not easy at all. Especially
yeah,
that
I
east
know.
side of Detroit, baby. It
I'm
was
already
rough.
knowing. I'm already knowing. A lot of
Hmm.
heavy shit go down out there. Talk to me a little bit about what it was like being a young girl growing up in Detroit at the time. I mean, it was crazy times back then. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can honestly say, back in those days on the east side, the families were big in the home. It
Hmm.
was 17, 18 living in homes. And our whole fucking community, it was no more than, I can say the less that lived in the homes was 12. For me, my parents, my mother and father, and my three siblings, we stayed together. But down the street on the other end of the block was my grandmother's house, my grandparents, and it was 18 of them in the
Big
household.
family.
So imagine me, a young girl, got to grow up with all these uncles and aunts, and um, mom leaves one day and said, "I'm tired. I'm tired of your
Really?
father. I'm leaving." So
Wow.
it leaves us there with our father because we didn't want to leave our dad. So we stayed with our dad. My dad worked for the plant, GM. You know, he would take us to my grandmother's house.
Hmm.
And I mean, when one fight in that household, I remember my aunt running home. They called her Big Dot.
Hmm.
She was so tall, light skinned, freckle faced girl.
Okay.
So she was always getting chased home. So I'm like, why would they chase her home, knowing the door gonna stay open like the school door because everybody gonna come out and kick ass.
Right.
So
Right.
everybody comes out and beats the person up that's chasing her home, and I'm the oldest niece, but I come out the house with a frying pan. I'm gonna get some of it too. So I got to clutch you in the head too. Shit.
Yeah. I love it.
So
I
that's
love
just
it.
the way it was when, and it didn't matter if it was, oh, they didn't believe in one-on-one fights back then.
Hmm.
She
Hmm.
got all these brothers and sisters. They coming out.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's
They coming
family.
out. You chase the home, you gonna get what you got to get now. So
Absolutely.
now I'm the baby girl. Now I got to get me a little piece of it.
That's right. No, I heard that. I heard that. Um, were you big on school growing up, or did you already know you wanted
Well,
to do other shit with your life?
well, I'm gonna tell you like this. School is not for everyone, and I'm
No, it's
glad you
not.
asked this question because
Hmm.
that's the number one question nobody never asks.
Hmm.
And all the interviews I did, they never asked that, was I big on school?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to tell
Okay.
you why. Back then, it was gang banging.
Right.
Okay. When I say gang banging, you got the Earl Flynn's, you got the BKs, you got the Sister K's, you got Sconies, all this kind of different gangs. And I was in the Sheridan Strip area.
Okay.
So I'm like, every time I go to school, and I got back then, you walk blocks for school.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember my grandmother telling me this, Rhonda, you take sticks and you take bricks and you hide them as you walk in the bushes. And I always did that because they never know what the fuck gonna happen.
Absolutely.
So you only imitate your atmosphere. That's what they told me to do, and that's what I
You want
done.
to survive shit. I
Yeah.
hear you.
So I'm walking. I'm putting sticks here, bricks here, this. And I remember one day I was I think it was the seventh grade or something,
Yeah.
and I get to school and I meet up with these girls. They call themselves the Sister K's.
Mm,
I'm like, oh wow, they want to fight. So I get a gang of them fight me. Of course they win. It's about 10 of them. It's just me.
that part.
So I always said, I'm gonna get these bitches. I'm gonna get revenge because my uncles now was always beefing with the BKs, the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So the sister case was the girls. So I'm like, and then what happened was I started growing up a little bit, and my grandmother say, I can't handle her. You got to go with your mom. So I go live with my mom, and she living in the sister case in the B case area. So see, nobody know this part. They always think about, oh, the eye. Oh, Rhonda took the eye out. Well, also, Rhonda beat a girl in the head with a brick and put her in a coma for 46 days. So that's the part they don't know.
That's what now see that's what I want to get to the root of right there is because everybody know what they seen. A lot of these youngsters they know what they seeing on BET. We're gonna get into all of that, but a lot of
Yeah.
people know you by that hood figure that you are. But I want to get into Del Rhonda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
I want to know about
yeah.
her. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. So,
go ahead.
so school for me, it was a fight. It was a struggle every day.
Hmm.
Fighting, fighting, fighting,
Yeah,
struggling going to school, can't
surviving.
stay focused,
Yes.
you know. So my mom said, okay, we're going to move you from over this side of town. We're going to take you to the west side.
Okay.
We moved to the west side, and I'm like, I don't like these people over here. I was like, I'm in the hood. So I'm
Right.
like, this white people over here. I don't want to be over here with these people. I'm not
Right.
going to school.
Not
And
comfortable.
she was like, well, I think this is gonna be nice for you. The people are nice. And that's when I had to learn about color, because they don't us as black people, we don't teach
For
prejudice.
real. For real.
But I moved to a neighborhood where it was mixed, it was diverse. And I couldn't handle it coming from the east side. But I dealt
Right.
with it. I dealt with it. And then when it was time for high school, I get pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Okay.
15, pregnant with a
15.
baby.
Okay.
And I didn't want to have a baby at 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm young, I'm still in school. So now you're embarrassed. Back then, you embarrassed to go to
Yeah,
school
it
with a
wasn't
proper
something
stomach.
nobody could be out in the open about like that. I
Yeah,
understand
you're
that.
embarrassed. I'm not going to school with this pop belly.
Yeah. I hear you.
So time went on. I had the child,
Okay.
and I didn't go
Was the
back to
father?
school.
Was the what the was it? Because I know
Well,
back then it was very normal for men to just kind of, especially black men. I'm gonna keep it real.
yeah, you got
It
to keep
was
it
normal
real.
for them to, you know what I'm saying, for niggas to leave them women, these black queens, with these babies.
Yeah.
So you had to go through that
Well,
struggle.
you're very right because guess what? Back then, these young men didn't want no goddamn babies, and the man said to me, he was a young boy himself. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
no fucking kids.
Right.
Oh, you got to get rid of this baby. Nope. And what the ultimate man do? First thing black men say, it ain't mine.
Yeah.
You
Back
know,
then, that was
I'm
the norm.
like,
That was
you
the
know,
norm.